Okay, so I've just logged onto DVD this morning and I've decided that instead of actually playing the game, because I don't have that much time anyway, I'm gonna literally just rant about this killer for like 5 minutes because I wanted to anyway, probably longer than that actually. And then I'm gonna close the game. Like that's what I've decided on for this morning. So unlucky if you've come across this video, then that's what you're gonna have to be subject to for now. Um, okay, no, do not start screaming. In fact, I'm gonna change the skin. Do not start screaming, please, while I'm fucking ranting. Um, so basically, this is literally just centered around how I think this killer is just boring. Like the power design is just boring as fuck by default. And before, like, there's an angry mob outside. It's not because I think the killer's really overpowered or anything like that. Like, it's not that kind of boring like people have been saying. In fact, it's the complete opposite. I'm gonna be like, well, not the complete opposite. I don't think they're weak or anything. I'm gonna explain why I think they're not uncounterable as well, a part of the rant. But it's mainly just how I think they're boring to play as and boring to play against. I think the power design by default, no matter how much changes they make to it, similar to like a killer like Trickster, they're just always gonna be like just mid, like just boring as fuck. And before I keep saying boring about 7 million times at the beginning of the video, I'm going to actually explain. So, best way to put this, I've put it this way before when I've explained it to other people, because I've been getting a lot of shit for this already anyway. To cut off this video is not going to be popular, isn't it? Because otherwise I'll have people attacking me anyway. Essentially, the reason why I don't like this killer at all, and I feel like a lot of people don't like them, it's mainly because other movement killers like Wesker and Blight, who have like skill shots and stuff, right? Or Billy. I think Billy and Wesker is a better comparison. Because people feel strongly towards those two killers, including me. The playstyle that people really hate about those two killers, granted a lot of people don't really do it, but like people who are really unskilled to them or really just not confident, they'll essentially like only use the power to get around or to zone, and then they'll just M1. And the thing is, this killer, the ghoul, they are literally just that. There is nothing else about their power. It is just that. Like there's no choice. That is the design of the power. You, other than getting like a free NG with the power, which isn't even a skill shot either, it's auto aim. Well, not fully auto aim. They did decrease that. I will give them that. You get the NG with the power, and then after that, you can't use the power to down. Thank God, because it's not a skill shot. So if you could use the power to down, it'd be awful anyway. You use the power to cut people off and to traverse the map and to play as an M1 killer, basically. Like get closer to people, cut them off, M1 them, to get the down. So it's essentially what I just talked about, like the playstyle that people hate, except it's ingrained into the killer and it is encouraged and it's how you're meant to play them. And that is why I will never like this killer, like unless they completely rework the power to be a skill shot. I will always hate this killer, and I hope I'm not the only one, because like I know a lot of people who play them right now, like playing them a lot, they actually really enjoy them, and they're trying to argue that they've got a skill ceiling, which I really don't agree with. I think there is like no text of them, like at all, pretty much. There was in the PCB, but they've got no text. It's just you play the killer the same way every time. They're very one-dimensional. Like it's always just break the pallet at the loop, fly after them, just cut them off, and then whenever they reach a loop, you just play as an M1 killer. You just walk the tile down until they can't use it anymore. Like that is the whole gameplay. There's nothing else. It's not like Wesker where like there's 10 different ways to play a tile with the power. There's nothing like that. And I apologise for keep comparing this killer to Wesker, but the thing is, people are constantly fucking banging on about how the killer is similar to Wesker and that I will really enjoy them because they've got similar movement and stuff like that. And it's like, no, well, not similar movement. They said because it's a movement killer, I'll like them, is what they said. And that pissed me off even more, I feel like, because there's nothing I like, really. Other than that, the best way I would describe Ghoul is that it's like Wesker but with training wheels, and if you couldn't fucking use the power to down, and if you could only, well, obviously you use the power to down, you cut people off, but like if you can only use the power to traverse is what I'm trying to say. And that's why I really just don't like them. I know I'm heavily biased towards Wesker and stuff, but like the reason why I love Wesker and the reason why he's my only P100 killer is because he has the most interactive power in the game for me. Like he's a movement killer, and just like Blight and Billy, his movement is tied into the weapon that he uses to like get hits, like the dash like hits people, and those kind of killers tend to be the best design ones. And because of that, the skill shots with the power, like there's different ways to play each loop, and that's why he's like so cool and so well designed and so fun, and has like such a high skill ceiling. But anyway, the video's not about him. I've made too many videos about him. It's about the ghoul, and why I think they're the complete opposite of that, and why I personally do not like them whatsoever. And that's subjective, obviously. One thing I think is just wrong at the minute, until I'm proven wrong, is that I don't think they have a skill ceiling whatsoever. Not only do they have a really like low skill floor, but they also have like no skill ceiling whatsoever. It doesn't exist. Like they just hardly have one. And I feel like the devs admitted this anyway, because they said in a recent stream that it's a low to mid end killer. Like, and I don't think they meant like strength wise. I think obviously not, because this killer is quite strong. They meant it in a way that it's meant for the low to mid end killers, like the players, because they're a very like simple killer and easy to play, similar to like Legion. I wouldn't say they're quite as easy as Legion, but like they are close. They're up there. I think they're definitely like top 5 most easiest. Fucking hell, it's the morning. Give me a break. And I also, in my opinion, I think the top 5 most boring, and that's what this video was about. But anyway, getting on to the counterplay with the killer and stuff, this is why I actually prefer going against them than actually playing as them, because I think going against them, it's a bit more interactive than playing as them. Because like I've been explaining, like playing as them is literally the same gameplay over and over, but going against them, I've, on my own, like playing as the killer and playing against him, I've discovered a lot of counterplay, and it's quite fun to actually apply that counterplay. Like, for example, there's counterplay that's similar to how you would counter the nurse, where you predict where they're going to dash to, and then you start like preemptively running in the other direction to make them lose distance. That works like a charm against this killer. Like, it's really, really good. And then obviously you can counter enraged vaults by not dropping pallets in front of them. You can pretend to drop a pallet, like stand in front of it, similar to if you were baiting like a nemesis or a huntress to like pull the power up. And as soon as they pull the power up, just stand in the pallet, and if they come too close to it, drop it on the head. And if they cancel the power, drop it. And then they don't have time to vault it, because they need to target you to vault it. Well, they can vault it anyway, but it'll be slower if they do it without targeting you. So that's essentially the idea. So like, this is just me, like, sort of, if it wasn't clear enough already, proving that the reason why I think they're boring is not because they're overpowered, because they're not. They're really not. Like, I don't think this killer's S tier whatsoever. They're definitely A tier, like, they're good, because a killer with this much traversal and this many free injuries, probably the freest injuries you can get in this game, a killer like that cannot be any lower than A tier, really. So it's definitely not a rant about how strong they are, because I've played a lot of them. Like, I've probably played about 50 something games of them. I know people have played them way more than I have already, and they've got them a way higher prestige and all that, especially because of the event. But I feel like I've played them enough to do this rant about them, like make this rant about them, and played against them enough as well. And the main purpose of it is to just sort of explain my dislike for them and why they're one of the most boring like killers they brought out, like purely power design wise. I think everything else, actually not everything else, I'll get to that in a minute. Mainly the power design is like just really, really just simple, and I don't like simple power designs, because what I want out of a killer, even though I have prestigious killer quite a bit, I feel that is mainly because of the event. What I mainly want out of a killer when they come out is I want to play them for more than like 50 matches, because I can feel like I'm getting better at them and learning something. That's what I love about killers. And the only killers that I've felt that way with recently, like in the recent years, it's probably Unknown, Xenomorph, Wesker, obviously. Nemesis, kind of. Pyramid Head, definitely. Well, it's not recent years anymore, though. That is going all the way back there. But yeah, it's probably just Unknown and Xenomorph then. I love killers like that, because it feels like I'm testing myself and getting better with them and learning new things. But at the minute, I'm not learning anything with the ghoul, because they are so simple. And even like these other killers that have come out recently, like Houndmaster, even though she's not really that hard to play at all, I don't feel the same way, because there's still more to her than the ghoul, and I think she's like quite unique. I know to say that the ghoul isn't unique is a bit stupid because they've got a grapple hook power which we've never had before. But just speaking off the chase power purely and what it does and what you accomplish with it is not unique whatsoever. But yeah, and enough about the other killers. That was just a way to compare them. The like, I don't know if there's really much more to say about it. Like, I think the license as a whole, even though I'm not into it, like I've never watched Tokyo Ghoul, I've never read the manga or anything. I think the way they've implemented it is really cool. I love the chase music, I love the terror radius, I love the menu music and all that. I think all that is fine. It's just this rant is purely about the gameplay and why I think it's like I won't play this killer that much. Like once the next killer comes out, I will forget about this killer. I think unless major changes are made to them. But like I said, I think this is one of those killers where they are just like flawed by design kind of thing. Like there's no hope for them because at least flawed by design to me anyway. Like what I prefer from killers, what I want out of killers. But the one thing that I was going to get to, though, the one thing about the license that I think is really stupid, and I know it's not really my place to say it because I've not watched the anime or anything. It's the fact that it's Kaneki, whatever you call him. The fact that it's him and not that other guy, like Jason, because it's similar vibes to like, oh, we've brought Batman as a killer into the game, but we've just sort of took his no-kill rule out because it's an alternate version of him. Because I kid you not, I know they probably could have put it in a better way, but they literally said in a stream that it's an alternate version of Kaneki, basically, and I think that's so stupid. But anyway, that's another like really silly thing. Someone can probably correct me on that. Someone who's really into the franchise and stuff and understands what they were getting at. But yeah, I want to end this by basically saying that even though this has been basically nothing but hate for this killer in this video, I really do want to be proven wrong. That's the thing. I want like some Kaneki main to prove me wrong that this killer does have a skill ceiling and that there's a lot to them and they're not one-dimensional like I've been saying, like, because that's how they are to me. Like I can't see anything different. And also I just really hope that the FNAF killer, because they've been working on it for a fucking year now. I know most killers get worked on for about 6 months, don't they, in advance, but I really hope that the next killer is similar to Wesker in a way where it's like, I don't want to have another fucking dash killer, by the way. I'm just saying similar in a way where they've got like sort of a lowish skill floor so that anyone can get into them, but like a really, 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 really high skill ceiling so that you can keep learning things about the killer. I really, really want a new killer like that, and it's because I want another killer to main. Like, even though I love Wesker, I get bored of him sometimes, like, kind of. I just want another killer. It's a P100, it's a hardcore fucking one trick. I just want another killer like that, please. Like, that's just what I want the most out of DVD right now. It will bring me back to the game, because recently I've not been playing that much. Compared to how I used to anyway. So I'm really hoping that they're nothing like the Ghoul, and they're really fun to play as and go against. And I know it's all subjective. A lot of people love this killer, to be fair, but yeah, that's basically it. Goodbye.